Hey everyone, Indigo is here as usual with a real time intuitive art piece and its detailed message for the zodiac sign Sagittarius today. And these are the people born between November 22nd through December 21st. And this reading is for the entire year of this 2023. And I am combining intuitive art with shadow aspects of Saggy and the stages they are at in their spiritual alchemy, because that would give us an in depth glimpse of energies. Since the reading is for the whole year, I wanted to be thorough. We can use the guidance to eliminate the obstacles in life that are keeping us stuck and achieve our goals and wishes, thus leading a fulfilled life. So I do have to post two videos. The one to explain what spiritual alchemy means and the every stage that I keep talking about. Does that mean? And then another video to explain what do shadow elements mean. Okay, and intuitive art I've already posted, and you can check out the link in the description box. But going over these three elements very briefly, intuitive art is all about connecting with creative intuition and allowing it to guide through the process of creating art. So the motifs, the symbols, the colors, all that emerge from while doing this art, it comes from the part of brain known as primary visual cortex. And this is the very first stage of processing any information. So what this means is that all this is not being done from a thinking mind, but at a passive level, from a subconscious mind. So I personally am not influencing anything in the drawing or its interpretation. So the message or the advice that emerges, it's pretty accurate for whoever the art is done and what they need at that time. It just happens on its own. So helping those people in their life path or problems they are encountering at the moment. Going further, what is a shadow element or the shadow self? It's the dark side or the negative trait of a person that are buried deep in the unconscious mind, not subconscious, but the unconscious mind. So we all have that. So there's no need to be worried that you're singled out or something. So these negative traits don't define you. Everyone is more prone to a certain type of behavior, or they can fall trap into certain things based on what their shadow self is. And so by knowing your weaknesses, you will be able to move forward in life, because sometimes we are working very hard and we keep thinking I'm doing everything I can and I'm working very hard, but there are no results. So this is the reason. So everyone, as Carl Jung even said, the psychologist from Austria, everyone carries a shadow, and the less it is embodied in the individual's conscious life, the blacker and denser it is. Meaning, once again, understanding the prediction of the this intuitive art of your zodiac sign is a great way to allow yourself to be careful, to turn the events in your favor or manifest yourself and grow with your sign rather than let the life consume you. So, dear Saji, your shadow aspect is darkness. No need to panic, but it's darkness, which is the stage one of alchemy called incineration stage. And I know that I have explained it in the past, and I think it's with the Aries. So I said calcination stage. So to explain it in a better way, that calcination and incineration, they are two processes. So they are one after the other in the stage one, basically. So calcination is the first part of this stage, and you are at the second stage, which is a better stage than calcination, and this is called the incineration stage. In chemistry, calcination is a process by which we purify the solid compounds by burning them at a very high temperature, but keeping very little oxygen, as much needed that we for burning, but we don't melt the compound. So, meaning it is a very slow process of completely burning that material. And incineration is combusting the solid compound at much higher temperatures than calcination, but in the presence of full oxygen. So as you know, it would be very fast that the compound will burn down and reduce to an ash. And in this process, the other difference is that heat is produced, which we can recover and reuse it. And heat meaning energy. Okay. According to alchemy, this stage involves purification of the earthly nature. So the work begins by seeking, or we want to find the prima materia, which means, or the alchemists, they coined this term for original, pure, uncorrupted state of matter. That is the basis of nature. That is, out of this prima materia, all the elements have emerged. And alchemists also said, or they recognized, that all nature is renewed after dying away. And in order to grow, an organism must first die. So, just as the material death is necessary for the material birth of things, the spiritual death is necessary for the spiritual birth of the man or the human. So basically, this stage is connecting. The incineration stage is connecting you with your deepest and darkest desires, and helping you face your shadows so that you can proactively look at parts of yourself without any judgment, and thus you can transform your inner self through alchemy. And transformation of self occurs through a series of alchemical processes where we use our inner energies and consciousness to change and grow on all levels of our being. So pay attention, it's all levels of our being, not just the physical or not just the spiritual, but all. So, from a psychological standpoint, this stage is experienced as entering a dark and chaotic, unconscious inner world. Once again, not subconscious, but unconscious. Okay. So, it's known as first of the two dark nights that are experienced by this whole stage one, the calcination and incineration. So, you are at the stage where it is the dark night of the mind, which is an encounter with the darker aspects of ourselves. And Jung called that as the shadow aspects, and that's why I'm taking the shadow aspects into consideration as well. So, this stage, the incineration stage, so this is the purification process where one by one our inner conflicts gradually become resolved until a completely new inner state of clarity and freedom is achieved, leading to unification with our earth nature. And the process, it removes, as I explained in chemistry, is the same spiritually, that the process removes the veils of unconscious attachment to the world to get a clearer sense of who you are. So, because we live in such a materialistic world, and it's easy to chase after all those materialistic things which are important, but an excess of everything is bad. And as long as we remain attached to the worldly object, we remain separated and divided inside, in ourselves. So completion of this stage is a complete letting go of the old self and rebirth of the new self. So here, some people would say it is called, the death of the old self and a rebirth of the new self. So you're not dying. It's just, I guess it's a metaphor. Now, at this stage, if you do this stage, the thoughts and feelings, now they're going to become positive, and you are not threatened by the world anymore, because you get clarity and you can choose how you want to integrate the world into yourself, not the world, not the world absorbing you in itself and you getting lost in the world. Okay. So this stage refers to the breaking of your attachments to possession of experience. Like I said, basically this stage, the incineration stage or the alchemical stage, it is asking you to humble yourself. And fire is what sparks the journey to the self. Burning, we know, takes place with fire, and fire is gonna always brighten up the surroundings. And this is what I'm getting at, that it exactly explains the nature of zodiac sign Sagittarius as they relate with the element of fire. So, Sagittarius, your shadow element is oblivion or darkness, because most of the time you will say whatever comes to your mind in a humorous way. From your side, you're just gonna say, or you're gonna laugh. People don't understand that you're not trying to make fun of them, or that you're not trying to hurt them, but you don't know that it just comes across as, it could come across for some people as offensive, because you don't realize that what you are saying is not as innocent as you think it is. One of my brothers, he is Sagittarius, and I can clearly see him doing this, because and he does it all the time. You say anything and he's going to just kind of make fun of what you said. So I know that, or I know him, so we don't get offended. But if it's the other people, they don't really understand that, and they think that whatever they think, that he's trying to hurt them or making fun of. But what you need to understand is, and I'm with you, that underneath that sense of humor, there is a danger that you don't know when to stop. Okay. So basically, the advice that comes out from a combination, this whole combination I made of alchemy, the shadow work, and I included psychology this time, is that you will struggle with your dark side if you don't process more of what you speak before you speak. Okay. And this is why it's a good way to put it as oblivion, that you are in the oblivion stage, or it's your shadow, because you don't mean any harm. You're just expressing your opinion. It's just the way you express it. But people, they get offended. Okay. So let's look at this, and I'm sure you'll agree the beautiful art piece that I've made. Uh, and you can look at the picture side by side. So let's see, what is this piece trying to tell you, the Sedgies. So the strong overall message of this art, it revolves around prosperity, abundance, and that you have the power and strength to bring into existence anything you want in your life, provided you do some of the internal or the soul work that needs to be done, and you can change your reality to what you desire. The first message of this art piece is that it seems that you feel that you have been tied up or stuck in life. So the first message is that you're about to break loose from the ties that bind you. So a previously stuck situation is opening up. You can make use of this year 2023. It's opening up, and the restrictions are clearing up, which indicates that you are ready to break free from the habits and patterns that have kept you tied up for so long. You can get ready to free yourself. The strong message from this art is that you have all the power you need to achieve anything, as I mentioned above. And this is also because at the moment, or now, you have gained clarity. So untie the bonds of the patterns that have stopped you from being authentic and empowered. Basically, because we gain so many experiences as we go along the life. So now this is the time you can liberate yourself, and definitely put all your ducks in order in this year 2023, and make it as the solid foundation that will positively affect your life, and you, so that you can manifest whatever you have been wanting. Doing this will help you reclaim your inner powers, and understanding that both darkness and light is a necessary part of soul growth. So this is the first thing you need to understand, is that everything comes in opposites. So like light with darkness, like I said, and both these polarities, they empower you, and in the process they change you so you can evolve into higher states of being, and help so these energies, or this balance, will help you bring your gifts to the world. But when these opposing forces, they conflict or they are imbalanced, making one of them more or excessive, and then the other, we stray from our path of wholeness and truth. Sages, you need to balance the divine masculine and feminine essence, which both have an equal part to play in achieving your goals and desires, even um, even the spiritual awakening and ascension. And this is the same suggestion that is being given to you by your shadow aspect and the alchemical stage, as we just discussed um, a minute ago regarding the balance that I said. It's really important to for you to bring a stability or a balance in your life, meaning a wholeness into every area of your life. So, and I am saying this because I see in this art that the central energy is of you dealing with family, the love or emotions, and your work. However, there is a dominance of divine masculine energy in you. So I'm not talking to a male or a female. So each of us, male and females, we have both the male and female energies within us, like yin and yang. So when the push and pull of these opposite energies is equal, a state of balance is achieved. And this is what we need to achieve. And with this, if there is a balance within us, we can live harmoniously with each other. And and you can have peace within and make a relation with self. Okay. So I'm sure you will agree that if you are at peace mentally, you're not, anxious or struggling mentally, you can easily achieve anything you put your mind to, because you will have a renewed sense of confidence, clarity, and ideas. And I can go to the extreme of saying that if you balance your energies, you would be unstoppable in achieving your goals and so forth. So in the center of the piece, if you look, there are a number of diamond shapes, and they are making up a flower kind of thing. So all the straight lines, they are the linear aspects that are associated with the masculine frequency. So the crystals and diamond shapes symbolize the beauty and extreme value that comes from a truly expressed masculinity or the male energy. Meaning, if you work on balancing both the opposite energies within you, the frequency of divine masculine, it will immensely support you to be focused. So you can manifest your dreams and ideas into your reality. And now, this time with the wisdom, with kindness. And this will also help you in staying strong in any situation. And of course, carrying out your goals actively rather than everything happening in a passive way, meaning you will take charge. You can take charge of your life and make it happen rather than going with the default. Okay, so looking at, if you see, there are the winding paths in this painting, or you can call them the spirals. They are dark and light blue colors. They mean a flowing feminine nature, which is also part of you, which is subdued right now because, like I said, it seems that the masculine energy is more dominant. So that is why there is an imbalance of these two opposites in you. As you balance the divine masculinity, the divine female energy gets to be exposed and support you. So these, the same paths, the swirls or the winding paths, it also shows that you have had constant changes in your life. And this, you're not happy with it because this is in contrast to what you want. You want to have a stable, established life. For example, it could be anything like a established career, settling in a place of your choice, not having a constant movement from everywhere. These experiences, they make you more negative and you doubt yourself even more. So knowing this information from this part of the drawing, and which has been a very little part yet, you can use this message to your advantage. That is the whole idea of this kind of elaborate reading. So instead of taking these experiences as negative situations in your life that you've been doing so far, know that these changes, they form the core of your life journey, meaning you would appreciate all this you have gone through in the future when you will be able to apply all this expertise effortlessly for anything you do. And then you will realize how all those winding roads or the constant changes that you despised so far have given you a wealth of knowledge and skills you didn't even know that you have gathered. Because wherever we go, as we move along the life, we gain different experiences, especially for the people whose life it's a constant change. And I can say this because my life has been so far this way. You gather a number of skills that you don't know that you've gathered in the journey of your life. So in a way, this whole year could be a profound year for you that will positively affect your rest of the life. Okay. Looking at the colors, all these colors are balanced, but I'll say dominantly we can see green and turquoise colors. They indicate that you should let these experiences flow through your heart center. You can connect them with your inner truth before you express them out in the world. So the presence of green color in itself in the painting, it shows a strong frequency of prosperity in life, meaning all your needs, so far they have been fulfilled and they always will be fulfilled, both on emotional, spiritual, and financial plane or materialistic plane. And this art piece is inviting you to express your joy and celebrate the abundance and riches that the universe is providing you. Every little achievement or just having what you have, uh, to celebrate that. Maybe you can't see this wealth because over the years, we or our society has lost the real meaning of prosperity. And just to mention that briefly, that prosperity, it is a Latin, it comes from the root word prosperous from Latin. It means abundance at all levels, much more than just financial wellness. And like I said, the original meaning, it encompassed the total well-being of the person, including health, happiness, success, finances, whatever. But over the time, we only have started measuring our success with finances or materialistic things. So the art piece is advising you to reconsider your feelings of joy, love, compassion, even, or connection to self and the others. And so all these traits that I just said, they are all part of sense of prosperity. So the more you experience joy from your heart, so it's all about feeling, not speaking. And if you feel grateful for all you have, whatever it is, even if it's not enough for you, but if you feel grateful for what you have, it will materialize into existence. And I know this is a common sentence everyone uses these days, but I'm going to explain it in a minute with chemistry. So the whole art piece, if I look at it overall, it's exceptionally rich in deep, vibrant colors, which again, it refers to the presence of abundance at all levels in your life, along with your life experiences. And I would say this would be much better to have abundance in all the areas, rather than just maybe just having money and the rest of the areas are not there. So most of the time we overlook all that is well in our lives and we focus on what we don't have yet, so the keyword being yet. And so I really want you to benefit from this advice of this art is showing you. For all these benefits, you need to get into an appreciation mode, or to actually count or even know how much you are blessed in your life, and what you already have. I can give you a really short exercise that has produced great results for anyone who has done it with dedication. Now, here the dedication being the key word. So what you do is each night you take an inventory of your life. Okay, sometimes you may not even have so many things to write, which you feel happy about, but write at least 5 things every night you're appreciative of. But if you have more, then of course jot all those down. So what this does is, writing especially, it connects your feelings at the subconscious level. And as you feel happy and joyous of what you have, more of the same will enter your life. So I did promise I'll explain it with chemistry. So the principle is, let's say we make crystals in the lab. So we have, let's say I'm trying to make crystals of copper sulfate. So all I have is a big mush, is a big solution of copper sulfate. So if I add a tiny crystal of pure copper sulfate in it, immediately it attracts all the crystals that are in that solution, and you get a clump of that material you have been trying to precipitate out of this solution. You can relate this whole thing as solution is the universe. Okay, means what you want is floating around, it's already there in the spiritual plane. Adding a tiny crystal, meaning your tiny wish that you are happy about and you focus on it, this will precipitate out all those, or that thing out of this big mush of your desires that are floating around, but they have not manifested in the physical plane. And the presence of all these rich colors in the art piece, it also signifies the activation of all your energy centers, which is a really good thing. That means all your chakras are activated. And this tells you that with little effort you can balance the rest of the energies in you. Basically in you, what you need to balance is your opposite male and female energies and embrace your shadow aspects, along with other advice or suggestions this art or the reading is bringing to you. So look at the flower. The flowers on the edges, they further represent the beautiful potential in your life with new possibilities and the new richness that is growing in each moment of your life. Dominance of pink and purple colors in all these flowers, they symbolize your spiritual journey, and that you are heading in the right direction. And the choices you make now, this year, they are important for your personal growth and life lessons. Spiritual journey, like I said, meaning doing your inner work or feeling happiness and joyous at your subconscious level, which you can call it as soul or your higher self, and Jung calls it the subconscious as our soul. Okay, last but not the least, if you pay attention at the very center of the painting, there is a tiny circle, which signifies a full moon. And the symbolization is of openness or the awakening of your conscious mind. So, on the whole, now, this reading for the Sagis from the art piece tells you that your year 2023 is a wonderful life expanding time. So keep in mind your personal priorities as well as your spiritual connection. So the connection of the personal and, like I said, on a whole, so personal and the spiritual, that connection is very important. So if you follow your higher intentions, that will help you move forward in dramatic ways, and connecting with spirit and the higher self, it will have a wonderful influence on all that you experience. One thing I did forget to talk about is just knowing from all this male energy in you, it signals that there could be a new male in your life, a new man in your life. And this is not, it may not be okay, it could be a love interest, but not necessarily. He could be just a friend or a business partner, a mentor. But this is a person who is very thoughtful and aware. And he will definitely, he's here to help you. And his intention is to help with your personal projects or family or home or any of the business issues, whatever the concerns are. So you will meet such kind of person. So finally, success is on the way, and have a sense of pride in what you have worked so far to accomplish. And this achievement may be anything. It might be a great outer success, it might be an inner change that you've been exerting a lot of effort on. The point is, even if it is a tiny accomplishment, you need to enjoy it and feel proud of yourself. So, along with the writing exercise that I already explained above, you could use the following affirmations that I'm pretty sure they would work wonders for you. There are three affirmations. Number one, I release stuck energy, old habits, and restrictions. My life is opening up. I'm free to choose my reality. Second, I'm comfortable with all my emotions. I honor and express them in appropriate ways. I am at peace or I feel peace. Lastly, guidance and inspiration come freely and easily to me. So uh, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and if you resonated with it or you like the art, um, give it a like and subscribe to my channel because I would be posting after this every month the guidance and the art. And oh, one more thing. Everyone sees different symbols, or you could see any number of other things in this art piece. And I have done it very briefly because I don't want to make this reading for hours. But I do personal intuitive readings, and we can go in detail from there. And that art piece would be directed towards you, the single person. So having said that, if you see any other symbols you want the meaning of, you could leave me a comment, or you could even DM me and we could discuss it. Okay, so I'll see you in the month of February with a new exciting reading. Until then, bye for now, and remember, enjoy every moment of your life.